Hello and welcome to Podcast Fights, powered by India Law LLP. I'm your host Sanskriti Singh. Today, we are looking at a question that affects almost every property buyer, developer, lender, investor, and family that own lands in India. Why is property ownership often more complicated than it appears on paper? The answer lies in a structural issue in our land administration system. India largely follows a presumptive title model, where documents may indicate possession, transfer, revenue payment, or registration, but they do not always operate as a government guaranteed final title. That is why land due diligence remains critical before any purchase, mortgage, development, succession planning, or enforcement action. In a typical property transaction, a buyer may see a registered sale deed, a record of rights, property tax receipts, mutation entries, survey maps, or revenue records. These documents are important, but they do not always answer the final question. Is the seller's title clear, marketable, and free from competing claims? In India, registration generally records in the transaction. It does not by itself guarantee that the person transferring the property had an unchallengeable title. This distinction is what makes the system presumptive. The buyer, lender, or investor is often expected to trace in the title history, verify possession, check encumbrances, examine revenue entries, inspect litigation risks, and assess whether there are gaps in the claim of ownership. Defective land titles can arise for many reasons. Sometimes the title chain is incomplete because an earlier sale deed, partition deed, will, release deed, or succession document is missing. Sometimes revenue records continue in the name of a deceased ancestral land and have not been updated through mutation. Sometimes the land area in the deed does not match the cadastral map or the physical measurement on site. In other cases, the property may be affected by unrecorded family claims, tenancy rights, acquisition notifications, land ceiling issues, conversion or non-agricultural permission issues, mortgage entries, court orders, or pending disputes. The problem becomes more complex because different records are often maintained by different departments, registration offices, revenue authorities, survey departments, municipal authorities, courts, and local bodies. If these records do not speak to each other, a buyer may see one version of the property in the registered document, another in the revenue records, and a third on the ground. This is where the Digital India Land Records Modernization Program or DILRMP becomes important. The Department of Land Resources describes DILRMP as a Government of India initiative aimed at modern, comprehensive, and transparent land record management. Its objectives includes improving real-time land information, reducing land disputes, checking fraudulent transactions, reducing physical visits to revenue and registering offices, and enabling information sharing among agencies. The program includes computerization of records of rights, digitalization of cadastral maps, integration of textual and spatial records, computerization of sub-registrar offices, connectivity between registration offices and revenue offices, integration of registration and land records, survey and resurvey, modern record rooms, revenue code computerization, and voluntary Aadhaar linkage with records of rights. Importantly, the government's own description recognizes that implementation is complex, sensitive, and voluminous because land administration varies across states in languages, local practice, geography, and legacy systems. One important reform under the land modernization ecosystem is BHU Aadhaar, also known as the Unique Land Parcel Identification Number of ULPIN. The Department of Land Resources explains ULPIN as a 14 digital identification number assigned to a digital parcel based on longitude and latitude coordinates dependent on detailed surveys and geo-referred cadastral maps. The idea is to create a single authority's reference for a land parcel. This does not mean that every title dispute disappears overnight, but it can help reduce ambiguity by linking a parcel to its spatial identity. When textual ownership records, registration data, maps, and revenue records are integrated, title due diligence becomes more reliable and less dependent on scattered manual records. Even with digitalization, legal due diligence remains essential. A digital record is only as reliable as the underlying data. If historical records are incomplete, if an old mutation was wrongly entered, if a family settlement was never registered, if a will was not probated where required, or if boundaries were never properly surveyed, digitalization may reproduce the defect instead of curing it. Therefore, a title review must go beyond downloading online records. A professional title due diligence exercise should examine the root of title, the chain of transfers, revenue, and municipal records, survey and map consistency, encumbrance certificates, CERSI or charge searches where applicable, court and tribunal searches, land use permissions, possession, tax dues, and statutory restrictions. For developers and lenders, the review must also consider zoning layout approvals, conversion permissions, RERA related disclosures where applicable, and whether the land can legally support the proposed transaction. Niti Aayog has also worked on model frameworks for conclusive land titling, including a model law approach. The idea behind conclusive titling is different from presumptive title. The state record is intended to become conclusive after a process of verification, public notice, objectives, and dispute resolution. That is a major institutional shift. It cannot be achieved merely by scanning old papers. It requires accurate surveys, integrated records, transparent dispute resolution, accountability, and state level adoption. Because land is primarily a state subject. Until such reforms mature, the safer approach is not to treat property documents as a formality, but to treat title investigation as the foundation of the transaction. To sum up, defective land titles are not just a technical legal issue. They affect housing, credit, infrastructure, inheritance, litigation, and investor confidence. India's land record modernization reforms are a major step towards transparency, but due diligence remains the bridge between what the record says and what the law can safely support. Thank you for listening. Podcast Bytes powered by India Law LLP. This was Sanskriti Singh. Stay tuned for more concise legal updates and case insights from India Law LLP.